Alright guys, from today onwards Tales of Wedding Ring Season 2 starts. Last time the season had ended on a major cliffhanger, right when Crystal's little sister had shown up. Her name was Morian and she had always felt bad that her sister had to go to another world, but all in all she did bring back her lover and now they have gathered all the ring princesses. But then she slips down and guess where she landed? That was quite an experience, but the air between the sisters wasn't good. They barely knew each other because when Crystal had to leave Morian was way too little, but in any case she came here to teach magic to them. Because in order to beat that Abyss King the ring princesses have to pull their own weight in this fight. After Crystal left this world Morian went to study magic under a sage, so Morian kick-started their lessons with Crystal first. That is why the other princesses went to the bath to relax and Nephritis wished if Haruto would have been here. At that time Haruto was with Crystal to help her, but Garnart recalled that the royal family had possessed strong magical powers so she should be a natural at this, but keeping that aside she asked Amber to have a duel with her. At that time Crystal was trying hard to take out the magic staff engraved onto the ground, but to do that she had to undo the seal by magic. That's why she was having a real hard time right now, but she thought of a different approach to teach magic. She told Crystal to feel the magic from within and did something to her. That's why Crystal started to feel funny because of her poking. Then she told Crystal to feel that and give it a try. Meanwhile Amber was already capped at her full strength and said no one can beat her even if they got the innate strength of the cat tribe. To prove it she showed her laser attack and Garnart thought she could dodge those attacks perfectly because it's similar to Monster Flame. But Amber asked what if there were a dozen attacks at the same time because she could protect herself with magic but Garnart couldn't, and Garnart understood the seriousness and similarly Crystal was trying hard to get the staff but still she just couldn't feel a thing. So Morian asked what they usually do before every fight. Well, it was a kiss to power up Haruto and he was all ready to do it right there. Morian got excited, but Alabaster doubted that this method works when done consciously. Crystal was also getting shy to kiss in front of these two, but Haruto pulled her in for the kiss. Watching them so deep in love even Morian got affected by their air and her mind thought of trying it out too. But she snapped back and thanks to this kiss Crystal understood the feeling of magic flow, and that's how she took out that magic staff. Watching her like this made Alabaster remember about Crystal's parents. 10 years ago when a horde of monsters were sent by the Abyssal King, without them they could have lost the Ring of Light. And if that had happened then the Ring King could not have been chosen. So that's why Crystal's parents laid down their lives to send Crystal away safely to another world and it broke his heart because her parents were like his own children. Hearing that she decided to live up to their expectations and Morian felt jealous watching her sister with her love. But then she went to Nephritis and told her how Crystal activated her magic through a kiss. This made her want to do the same right there and then. Crystal couldn't exactly say no but she hid herself. Then with the power of love even Nephritis activated her wind power and it was way stronger than Crystal's powers. Now that leaves Garnart and she too took a kiss from her hubby. Then after everything was done Alabaster laid down their new path in the journey to obtain power for the ladies. For that they will go to the Elven Library and Imperial Vault for relics and lastly they will go to the Sacred Magic Training Ground to test themselves. On this journey they will have to make their bond with the Ring King even stronger. And Nephritis said the Elven Library is closest to their location so they will head there first. With this they all head out immediately but Haruto was nervous since the Abyss King had been resurrected. The monsters just keep spawning everywhere and two even spawned on their way. But suddenly Haruto felt a hard pain between his chest and fell down. It was chewing him down as the darkness of the abyss was the reason. Monsters saw this and Garnart was the first to strike them. But the monster defeated her easily and from the back Amber took care of it with her powers. Among them she and Morian are the only ones powerful right now but that aside Crystal healed up Haruto for now. It was a curse that the Abyss King had left when they fought against him in the last season. For now light magic has suppressed it but anything can happen moving forward for Haruto, as his survival depends on Krista's efforts. She felt lightheaded because she ran out of magic but Haruto goes through this feeling every time he fights. She realized how hard it must have been. Meanwhile Saphir told Garnart that she's already strong but she doesn't feel the same way. Later they found an inn to spend the night and Saphir felt bothered because they got new problems at hand. Morian again said as long as Crystal puts in effort Haruto will be fine but they'll have to keep an eye on it. Because this time the Abyss King is using many unknown methods. This reminded Haruto that he barely knows anything about this Abyss King. But from the old times the Abyss King was mentioned as the embodiment of evil so there aren't any records kept on him. Even Amber doesn't have any files because old folks thought that just the mention of his name could summon him more monsters. So that leaves only the Elven Library because it's untouched, but on the sideline Alabaster thanked the innkeeper for opening the place for them this late. And the innkeeper said the supplies are getting harder to get as monsters are summoning too much, so he wants to keep his place running while he can. More so, he can't turn a blind eye to their savior. After that, Crystal and Haruto went out for a night walk in that beautiful place. There she admitted that at first she didn't like sharing him with the other ring princesses, but after she got to know them, she realized everyone is a kind soul, so she's not worried anymore. She was admitting how deeply she loves him and that he's the only one for her. And once again they shared a lovely kiss and came back to continue. But before that, as a man, Haruto asked first if there are any devices in the world to control, you know what, because it will be too soon for them. Crystal wasn't worried, but Haruto wants kids after this war is over. Crystal teased the guy because he wants to sleep so badly and Haruto can't deny that. Watching their bond, Morian had mixed feelings. So after that she went to the bath and somewhere in her heart she also felt relaxed. And right there episode 1 ends, so stay tuned to watch the next episode, and for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon or you might miss it. Till then, take care.